What is going on, everybody? Thank you for coming back. And if it's your first time coming to the wonderful, wonderful festival that we have going on, known as the Southeast Regional North Carolina Poetry Festival, thank you for taking your time to enjoy this on a Friday. Now, I know we'll be doing a lot of stuff on a Friday. Some of us will be chilling, getting ready to go to the club later. But of course, with this pandemic happening, we can't do all the things that we are used to. But the great thing is we have been able to provide you guys still entertainment going on virtually. And I am very thankful that even with everything going on, we are still able to provide you this wonderful festival that we've been doing in Fayetteville for the past 8 years. So thank you all for coming. And we are in day 3 of this wonderful SERNC Poetry Festival. If you are like me, I've been blown away by the amount of talent that has been on the open mic and the fantastic hosts we've had the past 2 days, from Mr. Law Bullock to King B and Fayetteville Pride. Yesterday, they hosted 2 fantastic events to kick off open mic and the LGBTQ plus open mic, and it was phenomenally dope. So definitely kudos to them. One thing I want to do before we always get this thing started is the housekeeping rules. So housekeeping rule number 1, if you are enjoying what you are hearing and seeing during this wonderful festival, we have comment boxes. Feel free to drop some comments. Like some people have done it already, like this. Wow, somebody that already said, let the nerdom begin. So like, we're going to go ahead and get this started because it's going to happen. There's other people letting their friends know what's going on, trying to get them involved with it, tagging their friends in the comment boxes. We also got somebody saying that they have enjoyed a wonderful festival thus far. So feel free to comment on these poets. Just like if we was at an event, you can snap, clap, throw up fire emojis, all in the comment box. Make sure you're doing that. Also, feel free. These links are shareable. Share these to your folks. On Facebook, we have a YouTube video. Share it on YouTube. Take this time to share it and let people know this is something that's happening right now in the comfort of their own home. They don't have to go outside anywhere. They can sit down. They can watch this on the computer, their tablet, their phone, or if you're fancy like that, you can put it on your big screen TV because they got apps for that. So other than that, I'm going to go ahead and get back into my directing role. Means that I'm about to go incognito, and we're going to pass this off to the wonderful host Lamel, who is going to be hosting our nerd open mic. If you're not familiar with her, she is a phenomenal writer. She's a director. She's done stuff with Black Girl Nerds. She has a podcast known as Scary Crit. She has Punch Kick Slam. You know what? I'm telling too much of her business. I'm going to let her talk about herself when this event gets started, which will be happening in the next 45 seconds to a minute. So everybody strap in, get ready for the nerds, because the nerds are coming, and we will see y'all in about 30, 45 seconds. Purpose of Popularity, SERNC 2020.
Hello, beautiful internet people. Hello, beautiful internet people. What's up? Good evening. Welcome to day 3 of the SERNC Poetry Festival. We are about to get into one of the greatest events I've ever been to and that you are going to virtually, called the Nerd Slam. So before we get into that, like LJ said, my name is Lamel. I will be your wonderful host for the evening. A little bit about me, like he said, I'm a screenwriter. I'm really into film. I'm into horror. I have a horror podcast called Scary Crit. It's about TV and film and horror through a Black lens. So I'll give you all the information for that if you want to follow when the open mic is over. But we are going to get right into it because I'm sure that these poets are ready to go. Hey, girl! So a little bit of housekeeping and just a reminder, poets, you have 2 poems. You have the space for 2 poems. Dose. And remember that one has to be about nerddom, gaming, anime, whatever. If it's geeky, if it's nerdy, you got it. So let's get to our first poet of the evening, Mr. DJ Rogers. You ready to go?
Yes, I am.
Hi, it's so good to see you. I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm messing up.
hello.
Hi.
It's good to see you too. So this first one's called Metropolis. The newspaper reporter asks, "What's a day in the life like for Superman?" The sun rises. It's 5:30, maybe 6, judging by the traffic army ant crawling across the grid. A pigeon is darting between the skyscrapers. An ambulance leaves the street corner. Before it does, my eyes zoom in of their own will, and I see her. A black girl being loaded inside, and I sigh. Relief. At least this little one is not dead. Yet, at least the bullet went through her. It did not bounce off a chest the reporters will call iron and villain simply because it is dark and laughs, and charcoal paint the front page of the paper. In this city, there's more Gothic than American. The future is the man holding the pitchfork. The wife doesn't talk anymore. Realized a long time ago that moving forward is easy when the past is a treasure locked away out of the frame. Paint the gold. Hide the blood mine you gutted it from. Hand me the brush and call that a key to the city you want to know what a day in the life is like. The hardest part of being a hero isn't the fighting or the protesters. It's all the things you cannot do. It's the excuses for why things happen the way they do. A train is late in London and a woman's being assaulted in Sao Paulo. A jewelry store is being robbed in Cairo and a funeral home is being robbed in Baton Rouge. A comedian dies in New York and a picketer dies with him. No one can be everywhere. You only think my divinity into existence. But at the end of the day, don't people create all gods? It's a small wonder that they are so shocked at their human limitations. The money's power ends at the fingertips of the spender. The skin melts away and feeds the earth that is also too dark to live. Men are men, and some men are dead men, and some men are dead black men. And this is not a story about how I remember Gone to November. Grandma Irons calls me by the incorrect name, and I don't correct her. It's nice that I remind her of somebody, of her steel pillars instead of the ones the city tore down her house to build. Mr. Holt talks about the dogs and the fire hoses like his body is a hydrant and his arms are tails. The stories are terrific. Perry White sits in an office like a court stand and says he ain't taking a plea bargain over the bodies of his people. But today, I am in the hospital with a little girl shining up like light from the depths. If you can hear this, I am so sorry. I couldn't be everywhere. I'm sorry. I trusted men in the same color uniform as me to be like me, and now I have to dream of bulletproof skin when skin alone should have been plenty. I said the hardest part of being a hero is people thinking you're a god. It isn't. The hardest part is understanding that sometimes people want an answer more than they want the truth. People want revenge more than they want justice. People want a way out more than they want a way forward, and maybe that is the American way. From the skyscrapers, the dawn calls my name. It knows I am faster than the bullet, but not the thought that pulled the trigger. It knows I am stronger than a locomotive, but not the machines that make it necessary. It knows how high I can leap, but can't lift this soul on this bed from her rest. It lets me watch as she struggles to do so on her own. Which is to say, the whole reason I'm even giving this interview is to describe the city. All metal and glass, only touching in riots and marches, and the little girl being stretchered away, blood and tears mixing like fresh water. The girl who plays with toy rocket ships and handed one to me so I could fly far away from here. And in my dream, she flies with me. In my dream, we are both rocket ships. In my dream, the girl lives. In my dream, the dead girl lives. In my dream, the dead black girl lives. And I have to dream. Dreams save us. Dreams lift us up and transform us. And on my soul, I swear, until that dream is a reality, I will never stop fighting. I do all of this before coffee. The city of tomorrow has long todays. Thank you. I got one more. So this poem is called Ode to J35. J35 is an orca I read about in an issue of National Geographic. She was an orca who carried a dead calf for 3 weeks on her back during the winter migration that the orca dolphins do. And I was inspired. So this poem is called Ode to J35. It's for my mother. Oh, to create something that belongs to the sea before it belongs to you. Oh, to carry the lifeless body through the tides. Oh, to know poetry is just something to pass the time between burials. To know your brother's grave before your own. To know your daughter's grave before your own. Oh, to be called killer simply for being a black thing with teeth. To be called killer despite being the hunted and not the hunter. Oh, to be made around, to dance around a jail cell or hang in it. Oh, to be called killer just for having the audacity not to die. Oh, to bear that cross of jetsam with every stolen breath you breathe. My mother is a sainted ocean. She is a moon-fed, starless night, dragged to the shore and receding, dragged to the shore and receding, dragged over and over again, and still she has not aged a day my whole life. We know her rings because of what has grown around her. Oh, to grow, while what you grew wastes away. For weeks now, J35 has floated through the surf, dead baby in tow. Another black woman cradling a child as if she can push the life back into them. Another black woman who watched and couldn't stop the burial of salt. Another black mother with no name. There are days when the only thing that stops me from mouthing off to the police is that I'm scared they misspell my mom's name in my obituary. They leave off an S or forget the H or omit it entirely, make her another black mother of a dead black child whose name you do not know. There are days when I am the harpoon, days when I am the wave, and days where I am the white whale turned black. These days is pick your poison, alcohol or cocaine or lead or lead or lead. I stick my jaundiced fingers into the surf and they kiss the toxins from my wounds. When I was 10, a hornet stung me directly in the eye. My mother kissed the lid, then twisted the stinger out just like a black woman, turning blind eyes into tenderness, pulling the death from someone else's face, having tears, then not having tears, having a mouth, then not having a mouth. Oh, there's nothing the ocean gave me that a black woman didn't give me first. To know the ocean is a black woman, she is telling us in every black way, holding a dead boy and begging someone to name him. My mom once asked me why there are so many poems about the ocean. I told her it goes on forever and everything in it has a voice. It sounds like my grandmother. It sounds like my sister, my aunt, my niece. I told her, Mom, it sounds just like you. Thank you.
Oh my God. that you phenomenal. I'm sorry. I missed your poems. I haven't heard your poems in a really long time. And then you just gave me my travel. Oh my God. I don't even know what's happening.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. But see, and this like, when we talk about the Nerd Slam, right, and why this is such a wonderful event, it's because of poets and poems like that, right? Because In what universe can someone read an article about an orca and bars, like straight bars, right? The poets that come to the specific like nerd slam and write these poems, I feel like are some of the most innovative poems I've ever heard, because there's such a mix of genres and topics and styles. It's phenomenal. So thank you to everyone who is tuning in. If you have just tuned in, this is the Nerd Slam and the SERNC Poetry Festival. Yes, we are crying, we are in tears, and we are also very, very joyful, right? The other thing that I love about the Nerd Slam is that you always walk away from these poems and from this event learning so much information, right? It's just a plethora of people who just know so much. They're willing to share it with you. So throughout the night, I'm going to share some things that I know about the shows that I love, but for now, I think we should get to the next poet. What do you guys think? I think we should do that. So next up, we have Unchained Melody.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
You ready to, get these bars in?
Yep. Yeah.
All right, go for it.
Hey everyone, I am Unchained Melody. I've been up here all since Wednesday. So I'm gonna get right into it. My first poem is a nerd poem, and it is fresh ink. It's called I Am. I am powerful. In fact, I am superhero powerful. Who am I? I'll let you figure that out by my clues and description. In 1941, I made my debut and I was the ideal love leader. And I originally was an army nurse by switching my identity with another hero. In 2011, I was a love child of Hippolyte and Zeus. My other Alices are Diane Prince, Star Sapphire, Yellow Lantern, and Truth Queen. During my lifetime, I was a princess, a warrior, an adventurer, an ambassador, and former diplomat. Do you know who I am yet? If you know, don't say anything. If you don't, I'll give you some more clues. I was granted the gift of speed, strength, endurance, empathy, and flight by the gods of Olympus and other gods. I became a member of the Justice League. You probably know who I am, but let me tell you something that you don't know about me. I have super healing powers. I have full control over soldiers. I can speak the language of whoever I am around. I have supernatural leadership. I have the power of telepathy. I have the power to understand and communicate with animals. I have the ability to resist against electricity. I may have found power over the dead. I have magic resistance. I have teleportation power. I have super breath. And I am not vulnerable to fire. Time's up, pencils down, thinking caps off. Who am I, you ask? I am Wonder Woman. That was again, I am powerful. So the next poem I am is not a nerd poem. If I can get to it. The next one I am doing is actually a poem that I wrote, and it's called Being Someone Else. It's called Being Someone Else. People ask me, if I could be anyone in the world, who would it be and why? Most people would say a famous person or someone else who was where they want to be. However, for me, I would still be me. Yeah, I know I sound crazy, weird, or delusional. But wait, before you start judging me based on my answer, let me explain. I chose me because because if I wanted to be someone else, I would have to conquer what they've already been through. Hold on. Pause for a minute. Let that digest in your brain. In order to be someone else, you will have to go through what they're already conquered. For instance, if someone wanted to meet me, are they willing to go back to December 15th, 1990, when the doctor came to my mom with the form saying, "Do you give us consent to do surgery? If not, your child will be blind." Better yet, are they willing to go through not having a normal childhood due to seizures, learning everything over again from birth up until 12 years old? Every time I had a seizure, I had to learn how to do everything over again. Maybe that's not bad. But are they willing to go through depression, suicide, and trying to kill themselves because they believe they were a mistake or a punishment from God? Are they willing to go through living with both parents in different stages of their lives? Are you willing to experience the hurt and pain of hearing your mother joke about how you are not her daughter and that you were just someone she picked up off the street? Or better yet, living with a father who's mentally is his own way and who mentally is his way or the highway. The living definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting new results. I didn't think so. Being someone else takes a lot more than people are willing to give up. In fact, some of those so-called ballers are really broke, depressed, and unhappy. But in our eyes, society has made us believe the height of fame and fortune and that the grass is always greener on the other side, when in reality, the grass is never greener on the other side. So now I ask you the very same question people ask me. If you could be anyone in the world, who would it be and why? And that's the end of that poem. Again, that was Being Someone Else.
My mic was muted. Amazing work. Thank you for switching it up with some other poems. I love your flip and your take on Wonder Woman. I love me some Greek mythology, girl. So get it. If you are just now joining us, welcome to the Nerd Slam and the SERNC Festival. You have missed two amazing poets, but don't worry, because you can rewatch this broadcast as long as you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Next up, we have Law Bullock on the docket. Hi.
Hello, hello.
Now, I know that we have seen you because you hosted the opening night. So How does it feel to be on the other side of the screen?
Oh, I love being on the other side of the screen. I love it. I mean, I love hosting.
You got some nerd poems for us?
Oh yes, oh yes. How's it going, everyone? How's it going? Gonna get right into it. Often I find that I can't sleep, for I am a child of insomnia. Early morning specks upon my corneas, approaching twilight. Burning the lantern upon darkest night, I can't sleep. Hunter, hunter, my mind is lurking. Upon waves of Kamehamehas, mentally I am surfing, wishing that I could just drop a spirit bomb on these titans attacking and hit them with a one punch, man. To open the sight my peers be lacking. Too many of God's temples be more like shells without the ghost, making them the perfect mechanism for the devil man to play host, while scribbling names upon pages of death notes, in the skies like a butler of a secret that's all black to devour these souls to float, drifting in reality's nightmare at 20,000 feet, while the other avatars playing dumb at the enemy's packing heat. Soon, toll the bell shall ring, A rapture of people lifted up away from the war zone the morning shall bring. Speaking of war, tongues swing words like swords, speed racing fast lanes decimate our health while claiming salvation, yet two faces often contradict themselves. So my gear is solid like metal. Despite the war, they craft puppeteering like Geppetto, stacking empires like Tetris, while bioshocking the masses through their methods, causing hills to fall silent. Final fantasies, as we awake to find ourselves adrift in boxes like an island, and redemption only hangs with the dead, for the mind sees red. For evil is a resident that we often allow to coax us to bed. You see, I can't sleep. Life may not seem long, yet I shall prosper. Want the force as I journey through this opera, for the afterlife is not my worry. For even late night I see God despite eyesight being blurry. Covers kicked off, lifting off into heaven's loft, stepping through the court watched by owls as the one they call Negan dances with Lucille on the prowl. Archangel, I am wreaking havoc. Phoenix risen, no longer burdened by my status. Thought I was a long shot until they learned I am a benefactor. For the opposition overlooked the source of my healing factor. So carrying my faith openly, I do not consider a gambit. Colossus, so comprehend my savior is dynamic. So despite them attempting to slipstream me into a frenzy, spiritually, I have the ability to Professor X them away from me mentally, while traveling the outer limits. So call me Law, last name Picard. For I am far from finished, for my Lord has kept me intact, as these journeys, spacebound, make me an insomniac. That was the first piece right there. That was the first piece. Yeah, that's a mashup of several things that have interested me, from anime, video games, cartoons, comic books. I love taking stuff like this, man. I love taking stuff like the topics, man, and making a story out of them. This next piece is fresh ink, and a little background story. As a child, I did watch the Muppets, and there was always one character that always interested me for some reason, and that would be Beaker. I never could figure out why, but perhaps this poem can help not just me, but you as well, of why I interested in Beaker for that long. Fresh ink. Laugh. Laugh at my pain. For that is what I'm good for, right? To be the punching bag influencing your smiles. As I am publicly abused by my bully, masquerading in an outfit that says, relax. I'm a doctor. So there is nothing to worry about, right? For every bit of pain I place my helper in, all goes towards the progress in the name of science. I'm pretty sure those were the words spoken from another mad scientist as he went forth degrading grave sites to build a cadaver to play God with, only to leave it out in the cold the moment he found it too disgusting to look at. So laugh. Laugh at the bruises I collect. Snicker at the welts gathered, the scars I live with, the sleepless nights I meet with, knowing that tomorrow will be the same. Another day to be pummeled by the experiments of this madman, never to be admonished, all because my trauma is cloaked in comedy. Crafted are my screams for help. My speech is designed to sound humorous, so not to expose these tears that are puppeteered to bring the youth a bit of joy in their day. And I do want them to be happy. It has no one ever wondered why I am the only one incapable of forming words. Heck, even Elmo is capable of formulating paragraphs of broken English to get his point across, while I am gifted the ability to take shots after unnecessary explosion that leaves me in agony. And instead of yelling out for reprieve, I am only allowed to reach out with a high-pitched squeal that you, the audience, find so hilarious that often persuades me to think that maybe no one really does care. I mean, as long as pain is paired of comedic routines, then the abuse is justified. Since animals are seen as entertainment, each moment they are abused for a circus act, then who would care about a person like me? Especially since I was designed to endure this, right? Although you would think that someone would understand me, that someone would comprehend that I am the poster child for the abused, needing to get their cry for help out, yet told to keep it down. You're going to ruin the best parts. Because no one likes a person who whines, unless it is in the script. So why would I expect you to feel my pain, to turn down the laughter, and begin to see that on the inside, I am steady, falling apart, while looking all put together on the exterior? Because after all, everyone needs a little bit of comedy, even if it does materialize at the expense of someone else. Because as a wise green frog once said, if somebody has to get hurt, it's almost always Beaker. Bless y'all.
I wish you could have seen my face. I was not expecting a Muppets poem. The Muppets are my favorite things. And I'm so glad you wrote this poem because, like, Dr. Honeydew is not a nice person.
No, he is not. No,
Beaker
no.
cannot catch a break.
No, he cannot.
Well, that was phenomenal. Thank you. But see, and this is what I'm
Thank
talking
you.
about. These poems are also diverse, and the writers are also diverse. And I feel like the Nerd Slam is the only place that you can find that. It's amazing. So we are almost halfway through, and we have yet to get like some scary stuff going on. So I think I'm gonna drop a little tidbit because if you could see my little Unsolved Mystery shirt. I don't know if y'all have watched Unsolved Mystery on Netflix, but it's really good, the little reboot. But a fun fact about the show, the original host for the show was Raymond Burr. And Raymond Burr, if you don't know who he is, was the actor that played Perry Mason on the original TV show. So now you know. But let's keep it moving with the open mic. The next poet up is Raina Speaks.
What's up?
Hey, how are you?
Good. You are giving all of the energy tonight. I love it.
You gotta keep it up.
Love
You got
it.
some nerd poems for us?
I sure do.
We'll take it away. You and your fabulous, fabulous braids. I love it.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Karita Atkinson. Poetically, I go by Rena Speaks. I am from Goldsboro, North Carolina, proud alumna of the University of North Carolina at Pembroke. All right. And so one thing about me, a lot of people do not know that I'm a nerd until they meet me. Like they think I'm just this quiet church girl. And then, like back in school, they like had me messed up. Like they tried to bully the kid and stuff like that. But what they didn't know was that I'm dope. I'm so dope. Nerds are amazing. I'm a sucker for definitions and new terms, terminology, theology, conspiracy theories. I love it. Video games too. But nerds are so dope. And that is why I am going to be doing my piece called I'm So Dope. Because I am. And I hope you will think that about yourself as well. All right. I'm so dope. First, what does dope mean? Let me give you definitions so you can see me in HD. Noun, a drug taken illegally for recreational purpose, so I spit recreational verses to stimulate even the dopest poet's verbiage. Verb, I administer poetic drugs in order to enhance performance because honestly, I make these poets better. I break it down to the letter. Try to swim through my wordplay or have you wetter. I'm so dope. Adjective, meaning very good, which I hope you know by now, as you should. Bars so heavy make you drunk because I don't tap out. Wordplay headlock so lethal make you tap out. I'm Ali in the ring, hit you with that right, make your mama sing. I'm so dope, I must say. Mama said knock you out. I think I will, like I'm LL Cool J. I'm so dope. I like the crack epidemic. Drop me off in black neighborhoods and say the law did it. I'm so dope, like Tyson bite the ear off anybody that try to cut my sound off, so I sound off. I'm so dope. I'm Rick Ross the boss. I'm Tupac's daughter. I guess Brenda had a baby. Picture me rolling. I'm so dope, I'll be on Rolling Stone Mag. And when they ask you, like MJ, tell them me when they ask who's bad. I may be dope, but you can't roll me up. Might make you choke. Because I'm a Spike Lee joint you just can't smoke. And they'll still have you flying high like Peter Pan. I'm so dope, I'm the Pied Piper of R&B, Queen Bee, the king of pop. I'm two genres and a drug like pop rock. I'm so dope, I'm De La Soul. I'm a Tribe Called Quest. I'm so dope, I'm Call Me Questlove, because I put y'all being dope to the test, love. I'm so dope, I'm the heroine, Yashiro went from zero to hero. I'm so dope, the fire I write can't be extinguished, flow too distinguished. I'm so dope, I spit that super hot fire. They tried to wire my jaw shut, but like Kanye, I still spit it through the wire. I'm so dope, I believe poetry is God's second language. How do I know? I'm the manifestation. Flow so cool and silent like the water Jesus walked on, and epic like the first mic Oprah ever talked on. I'm so dope, I wrote this in one sitting because I'm bullheaded like I'm Scottie Pippen. I'm so dope, I don't get on the mic airballing. I'm trying to be a leader. I always make my shots, call me the buzzer beater. I'm so dope, I'm already the GOAT. I'm like melatonin, can put you out slow with no warning. I'm so dope, I'm caffeine, have you being Arena Speaks dope fiend. You wanna be dope, then shoot me in your veins, cause I'ma have everybody knowing my name. I'm so dope, you can't shake me, rehab can't erase me, AA won't make you okay, cause I'm the fix this world needed. I know I sound conceited, I got a reason. For this supply, world leaders commit treason. I'm so dope, I'm all four seasons in the ninth wonder of the world. My flow done caused a pandemic and a security breach. Don't sleep. I'm so dope, you have now just been exposed to Rena Speaks. Thank you. If you would like to find me on social media, I hope you do, because that was the condensed version of my I'm So Dope poem. So for the full version, find me on Facebook on my public figure page, Rena Speaks, or Instagram at _ it's Rena at _ ITSRENA, and have a very nerdy and poetic night.
Yes, condensed version. Make sure you drop all of your links in the comment section so everybody can have access.
All right.
All the other poets as well. Drop your links in the access, your Twitter, your Instagram, whatever you got. Girl, you so dope. We are halfway through our open mic, ladies and gentlemen. And, you know, LJ had to come back.
So I told everybody I was gonna start doing this. So we are definitely halfway through the show, and I want to take this quick time to always make sure we give props when it's due. So if you guys are enjoying the event, by all means, make sure you showing love to all these artists. But if you are enjoying our wonderful host, Miss Lauren LaMelle, please drop some emojis in the comments. Drop some smiley faces, some thumbs up.
Zombies.
Some zombies, fire signs, flame signs, flaming zombies, something, Resident Evil stuff. I mean, you can go ahead and do all what you want. Just make sure you show this host some love, because this host, like all hosts, is bringing some dope energy, and I'm enjoying it. And I am hoping to hear a few more facts before you get to some poets. So I know you. So you know what I'm saying. Go ahead and give them some nerd knowledge. I'm disappearing. Peace.
Gotta love LJ. Yes, show your face more often. I love it. But so let's drop some other knowledge. Y'all that don't know me don't know that I am obsessed with J.B. Fletcher herself. Miss Murder, she done did it and wrote it. So the show had 12 seasons with a total of 264 episodes. Right? So much. But IRL, Angela Lansbury was nominated for an Emmy Award every season. So she has been nominated 12 times. Ask me if she won. She didn't. Such a travesty. Such a travesty. But it's still a good show. I've seen it 100 million times. I'm gonna buy the box set because it's at Best Buy. That's my Christmas gift to myself. I plan ahead, but it's okay. So, and before we get to the next poet, like I was saying before, I do have a podcast that I started with a friend of mine named Jared. We are two Black nerds that love horror. That's pretty much all we talk about, and like the foolishness that goes on in the film industry. If you want to check it out, I will put the link in the comment section below. It's everywhere you get your podcast, so it's not like it's hard to find. But back to the nerds, back to the poems. Yes, it's available on Spotify. Back to the nerds, back to the poems. The next poet up is Mr. Michael Daughtry.
Hello, Lauren.
How are you?
I'm doing well. Hope you are.
I am. I'm digging the vibe, the background, the hat, the shirt. I like it all.
This is what I'm all about, Lauren. So yeah, I want to thank LJ for inviting me on as well. And Lauren, you're doing a bang up job hostessing, I gotta say.
Well, go ahead and take it away. Bless us with your poems.
Thank you so much, Lauren. So actually, I'm going to do a nerdy song for you all tonight. It's a little bit based on, it's my nerdiest song. So, I mean, I kind of grew up as a nerd, just being, you know, anytime you're yourself, you've probably got like a 40% chance of being labeled as a nerd growing up. So anyway, played my piano, wore glasses since I was in first grade. So, you know, kind of had those things going for me being a nerd. So anyway, this song is called Name Came Up. And the sort of premise of it, it's kind of a nerdy moment. It's two things that happen whenever you are called on and someone calls you the wrong name and you don't correct them and you just let that go. You know, that's kind of a nerdy moment. It's a little bit of a whatever moment, but at the same time, you kind of feel a little nerdy when that happens. And the other thing is when somebody just comes up with the name on the spot, when you ask, what's your name? And somebody says, Baba, and you're like, oh, okay. You know, and this is that sort of calling that person out saying, I don't think that's your name, but you know, anyway, his name came up. My name is Michael and I sing my songs when I'm able. I see you go by your new name. Your folks never gave. Your name came up from nowhere. That's somewhere I remember. You twist and shot right out of your shell so well. Your name, it tripped me up, but your face I will remember. Could you remember? Would you remember? We play this game with rules that change with each passing season. Our future plans don't stand a chance. As long as we stay, your name came up from nowhere. That's somewhere I remember. Twist and shot right out of your shell so well. Your name, it tripped me up, but your face I will remember. Could you remember? Would you remember? Woo! Yeah! Your name would trip us up, but your face I will remember. Could you remember? Would you remember? Would you remember? Your name came up. Thank you. thank you, nerds and non-nerds, so much. It's been a blast.
That was amazing.
Thank you, Lauren. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Oh my gosh. See, Nerd Slam, most diverse thing ever. Yes, so for everybody who's just tuning in, this is the Nerd Slam for the SERNC Poetry Festival. For y'all that have been rocking with us the whole time, you are the real MVPs here. You are. So let's get another fact. So back to Unsolved Mysteries. For those who did not know, there is a famous actor whose very first professional acting gig was as one of those reenactment people on the show. And his name is Matthew McConaughey. That's right. He was one of those people. He got murdered too. He was one of those people that was like, he didn't have a shirt on, obviously, and he was in the country, and he just got murked for reenactment purposes. But hey, yeah, you got to start somewhere, right? So let's get on with the open mic because we have another poet on the list, and his name is Nick Corman.
Yo,
What up? Yes, Malcolm X shirt. Yes, Malcolm X shirt. I love it.
yes,
Yes, and I love the energy. I feel like you about to give us something good.
yes, indeed, indeed.
All right, stretch it out. Take it over. Stretch it out. Take it over.
Oh man, oh my goodness. Hey man, hope everyone is doing well out there. My goodness, my name is Nick Corman. I got volunteered to do this nice little slam. This nice nerd open mic by my good brother LJ. So yo, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Normally I wouldn't be right here, but I was visiting my mama, and I have my stuff in the car. You know what I'm saying? My nice ring light and such. So I'm a big nerd. And one of the things that I'm very interested in is old school music and like R&B. My dad was a radio DJ back in the day. So yeah, this poem is something I call Old School Love. Hey, look, this is one of Monica's favorites. You know what I'm saying? So I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope y'all enjoy it. Now, I'm a little young myself, but I need some of that old school love, some of that stay on the phone until all hours in the night type love, some of that show off to all my homies until they just want to ignore me kind of love. See, I'm like Martin and I'm in pain because I have no Gina. My heart constantly fights with my brain like one is Ike and the other is Tina. I'm just a Barack trying to find this Michelle because I don't want to be all by myself. It's a different world and I just want a Whitley all to myself. True love exists. It's not some kind of myth. I'm just searching for a Weezy I can move on up to the east side with. See, I've been lacking on love and empathy, so I need to renew my prescription because my prerogative is to avoid heartbreak, like when Bobby Brown fell out with New Edition. But as a matter of fact, I need the kind of love that reminds me of a classic R&B track. So if y'all don't mind, let me take you back. So now this might go over your heads, especially for you younger cats, but I need that Teddy Pendergrass kind of love when you love somebody and someone loves you back. So when I turn out the lights and light a candle, I need that to be the type of romanticism that sister can handle. So let me love you down, even if it takes all night. And I promise to be like Common and treat you just right, because I need the kind of love where I can meet her at the altar in her white dress, because we ain't getting no younger, so we might as well do it. And I gotta be the one she loves since everyone else blew it, because all my life I prayed for someone like her, and I just want to be living for the love of her. I need the kind of love, but we can just talk like Tevin Campbell, and I can be filled up off her love like the soup made by Campbell. See, I need our interactions to have me going, good possibilities. Even though I want the potency of her love to have me weak in the knees like SWV, and I need the kind of love where it's straight TLC, where I'll call her beautiful even when she thinks she's unpretty, and mean it. Because I want to be immersed in the waterfalls of her vulnerability and submerged in her affection. Y'all, I need the kind of love that's going to make me practice what I'm going to say. I actually thought about this thing like just the other day. Hey girl, how you doing? My name is Nick, last name Corman. I was wondering if I could take you out to get some cook out, then go back to the house. Now you kids can keep your raindrops because when it's 7 o'clock on the dot, I'm in my drop top. So I need the kind of love that's gonna call out my name. They call me NICKCOURMON. And since we're more than friends, we can be like John Legend and just take it slow, or I can usher her into the bedroom and we can take things nice and slow. I need the kind of love where she's gonna make me more anxious than genuine. When I see her in those jeans, then I'll turn into Prince because she'll be in all my dreams. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else if I don't know nothing else. She'll be the only thing that keeps me up when I'm feeling down. I don't know about you, but I gotta keep mine around because I done looked and I done searched, and it's hard to find another shorty like mine. Shorty like mine. I need that kind of love where she'll have me on my Dave Hollister, a one-woman man not wanting anymore, and she'll have me on my J. Cole because she'll be the only one I want to fold clothes for. I need that old school, successful black love where I can be Cliff Huxtable and she's Claire. And I'll share this with the love of my life, and she'll always be right here. Well, on my heart. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird, but you know, right here. So yeah, that was the poem. I only had one poem for y'all. Shameless plug. If you like what you heard, I got a book. It's called For the Love Of. For the Love Of. And it's available for purchase on barnesandnoble.com. I'll drop it in the comments and everything like that. But barnesandnoble.com, For the Love Of by Nick Corman. You know, it's been doing pretty well. Look, I just got done talking about old school love. And, you know, we talking about For the Love Of. And, you know, you can also follow me on Instagram at NDC_poetry. It's like poetry. See how it rhymes and whatnot? You know, poetry, NDC, poetry. No, I'm playing. But I'm not playing. But yeah, shameless plug. Yes. Follow me. Appreciate y'all. LJ, you the man. Look. This festival has been everything I hoped for, even when it's virtual. I love it.
Nick, how much is your book?
Oh, it is $15. I know.
Only $15? That's damn near free. That's free. Just get this.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. But yes, drop the link, drop how we follow you, leave it in the comments so everybody has access to it. I don't know how many songs you listen to, but your brain is like a library, man, because it's just like lyrics. And it took me back because that Chris Brown song, I was like, oh, middle school.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that song in a long time. But thanks, Nick. Oh God, man, don't you just love when people say things and you're just like, oh my goodness, I haven't thought about that in forever. God. Oh, but yes, see, and this is what we're here for, people. This is the content we stand. So let's go to the next poet. And I found this fact specifically for this poet. So we know 90s cartoons, best cartoons ever. Cartoon Network had the OG Powerpuff Girls. We don't talk about the new one. We don't talk about the new one. But in the original Powerpuff Girls, right? Before they were the Powerpuff Girls, they were known as, get ready for it, the Whoop-Ass Girls. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Right? Look it up. It's great. So, with that fact, let's welcome our next poet, Epiphany.
Oh, no. Hi.
When I saw you, I was like, oh, I have to do it. I have to do a Powerpuff Girls.
I know. Oh, that just like warmed my little heart.
Yes. Now bless us with your poems.
Yes, thank you. My name is Epiphany. I am live out here in Columbia, South Carolina. But yeah, I actually do. I started like writing fan fiction, and Mel is like my beta reader for the Powerpuff Girls fan fiction. It's lit. We lit out here. But Nick, I too know what it feels like to be voluntold to partake in the Nerd Slam by Elja, my big brother, aka my Gru. So I'm just gonna do some poems for you. I actually too also have a poem that is of a musical variety. So this one is I call it dilly daddle. You know what I'm saying? But it is about a one night stand. The aftermath of a one night stand told in R&B song titles. So here we go. If it isn't love, why does it hurt so bad? Makes me feel so sad inside. If it isn't love, recall the echoes of your laughter just like New Edition lyrics. Bittersweet like the twang of a guitar string right before it snaps into you. Were my destiny stolen right from underneath a bad one night stand you left while I was still asleep, so I creep around the real issue, wondering when these waterfalls for tears will come to an end. I guess that's just the way love goes when you fall for Mr. Wrong again. And with the heat of the rising sun, these sheets turn cold. There is nothing comforting about this comfort inn that has turned to Heartbreak Hotel. It's just one of those days. I was another around the way girl, wishing on stars, hoping I could breathe again because thoughts of you have begun to make me so anxious, wanting to transport back to yesterday so that I could unbreak my own heart, waiting for memories playing behind eyelids to turn to faded pictures behind a broken glass. Let's keep it a buck. You were no angel of mine. See, I wasn't hip to this groove thing where the end result would be to cool it now. See, your declarations of love led to talks like, let's get married. Told you never to make a promise that you couldn't keep. So for just a moment, I let you mean the world to me. I had to admit that I'm stuck moving on. See, you played me on the down low, saying nobody has to know, and it ain't none of your friends' business. Refuse to do me right now. We are at these crossroads where we have placed ourselves onto pedestals due to my wishful thinking. It was never your intention that we would get too close. No wonder we have fallen. Must admit, your aura hit me like shot of poison coursing through veins. I began to hallucinate. Thoughts of you and me between these sheets became lost in fantasy. I called you dream lover. You called me weak. Even though you tasted brown sugar that exploded on tongue like candy rain, you stole parts of me that weren't meant for you to keep. You said nobody could touch and tease me the way you do. Well, I said you can never find another freak like me. As I proceeded to get onto steed and ride you like pony, I was feeling your stilo. Never been one to be too proud to beg, but that's exactly where I found myself when I was freaking you. I would combust every time you would say my name, every time touch lips to rub me the right way as we knocked boots, let you go deep into space where you began killing me softly. Once again, lately, I'm reminded that there is a thin line between love and hate, and I was fortunate enough to dodge that bullet because if your girl only knew your little secret. Instead, I'm stuck reminiscing about how for a short time the boy was mine like the end of a stale joke, waiting for the fucking punchline. You wasn't man enough for me. And I guess you're still that same OG. I won't delude myself into thinking that this was some ordinary love when it was anything but that, my smooth operator. I had a vision of love snuffed out by the rain, forcing us to hit the end of this road. It's just so hard to say goodbye when I want to let you get the best of me one last time. Whew. Thank you, guys. One down. So this second one is also, I consider it a nerd poem of sorts. You guys kind of got an idea that I like to do like starting like fan fiction and stuff like that. Well, I also have fascinated by, like Greek mythology and stuff. So one day I kind of was thinking about some Greek myths and, I decided to write an alternate universe. Here comes my nerdism about Calypso. So, yeah. Calypso. She's got eyes like oceans, drowning in sea, lakes filled with dread, sinking in bone with chill. Tried to navigate through her murky depths, haunting the way her soul cries out, flowing down rampant waters to trickles and trenches, suffocating shallow puddles, waited at the bottom of pools filled with the weeping of mourning widows. Like banshee, she be pain, not spindle pricked, finger tipped, but soul ripped in two, strung up, coiled ropes, snapped necks, hear silent cries of pristine salted drops as they drip onto the bottom of a heated bayou. She be mermaid, heart as big and ever changing with the tides of waves, calm during sunrises and sunsets. But whenever the sun moon reaches its peak, her wrath carries over, spilling out into crescendo. They called it passion. And she always be teary-eyed, sourced of tapped well of misery, trapped in an aquifer of her despair. She be lover, lost to sea, meditating on her magical isle with coconut milk and honey. She be marked tribal, on quest to fulfill voyages marked from destiny. She never asked for this. Don't mistake her laughs for splendor. Caution more so on the side of hysteria. That crazy hidden somewhere within that jawline, the way it tenses up whenever she peers out over the horizon, her heart guarded on sleeve by fish bones and seaweed. Beauty beyond imagine, given the caress, even the caress of her name, and the wind sends chills of nirvana down spine. Calypso. She wails her song of heartbreak, mistaken ballad as one of seduction, nymph of legend, siren, Calypso. He called her goddess. Luring Odysseus into her odyssey, she said to be pirates, stealing hearts like treasure as if they be fair game, condemned for hoarding what was not hers. How can one hoard what is freely given in excess when he worshipped her body as his altar? Why couldn't she just be another broken girl who had fallen in love with something worthy to protect? Whisper Calypso, as if it's dipped in sin. Label her mistress, command to cast away her soul that clutched at the depths of him because he suddenly remembered he had a wife at home. Calypso, call her bitter and angry, accuse her, casting broken spells on a married man who claimed he did not want to be there in the first place, as if she weren't sitting there minding her business in the first place, so marred from transgression. She who has soaked oceans for him with black tears of grief. Calypso, still broken, surrendering to bitterness and hate as they praise him for walking away. Condemn her now as Ursula, a name to haunt the seven seas in villainy in her adultery. Transcend sea witch, luring other young mermaids into her sunken isle with lonely and despair to protect their poor unfortunate souls from the cruel reality that love can be as fleeting and brittle like sea foam, giving them legs to stand on as no one stood up to protect her, Ursula, who misunderstood, mislabeled, and mistreated, body coated in scars. Simple reminders of how loving the wrong person can be the end of you, Ursula. Are you not the reincarnation of eyes of ocean, drowning in sea, lakes filled with dread? Thank you, guys.
I need you to know, one, you're so dope. I love you. And then two, During the Calypso poem, when you were talking about like how the married man would be praised for walking away, all I kept playing in my mind was Hamilton.
We're a Hamilton household over here, just so you know.
But you are amazing. Thank you for volunteering and coming on tonight.
Thank y'all for having me, you know.
Be sure to drop your links, drop your fanfic link in the comments and all the other stuff, like how you want people to follow you so people can keep up. So, guys, we are winding down, but we have had some phenomenal poets this evening. Just to recap, DJ started us off so strong with his amazing take on Metropolis, and then the joint with the whale. Oh my God, with the whale. Whew. And then we had Unchained Melody come in with her poems, and the first one I remember was about mythology and Wonder Woman, and it was amazing. And then Law came in and killed it with all the references and the Muppets. And then Raina Speaks came in because she was so dope. And then Michael Daughtry came in with the song, the melody, changed the mood a little bit. Nick came through with his musical repertoire, pulling references and references and references. And then, of course, we just had the beautiful, the wonderful Epiphany with her amazing, amazing poems. Guys, we have had such great poetry this evening. I hope you have enjoyed it as much as I am enjoying it right now. And we have a special treat coming up. Before we get to that, another little fact. So everybody knows who Cree Summer is, right? She's amazing. She has probably voiced every childhood character we have ever loved, liked, mimicked in our whole lives. And I found out that between 1983 and 2006, she voiced 101 characters. 101. Black women, right? Just killing it. Amazing. Phenomenal. Just woof. But in her lifetime, in her career, of course, she's voiced way more than that. But just in that span of time, 100 characters is a lot, right? But get your bag, boo. Get your bag. So, the next poet, your special treat for the evening is the one and only Mr. LJ himself. You're such a dork. I love it. I love it. This is what we're here for. I'm just saying.
I am. I'm sacrificing myself to get my bro right because he just got off work and I want to give him some time to like calibrate. So I said I'll throw ourselves out here to get him straight, to get a little rest, and I'll do like a poem or two nerd stuff. So
a poem or two.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So here I go with my bad self. Hey, it's me, the guy, LJ. So I'm going to possibly do two poems. I'm not sure yet. But I wanted to give my brother some rest. I know he just got off work and he's the last poet that's coming up, which I'm happy that he's coming up. But I was like, let me go ahead and sacrifice myself, and I voluntold myself, since everybody's doing the voluntold and everything. I voluntold myself to do this for the greater good. So this first poem I am dedicating. It's a short poem. I'm dedicating to our host for tonight because she likes horror. This is like a short little ditty I did called Till Morning, I Zombie. And it's not based on the show, it's just a zombie part. So on this, the day of August 22nd, when the crescent moon rises over the Tallahatchie River, I will rise again to strike fear in the hearts of the monster known as Lady Liberty, the woman who sees justice blindly, as if she couldn't remove the veil without freeing her hand from the Libra scale. I will gather up everyone who made death of a black body fashionable like scout badges, show them how mutilation sits on innocent faces for those who said hello, or how selling CDs literally made someone number one with a bullet, or how cigarettes were actually the cause of a black man not being able to breathe. And it all will make sense to them once they realize I am the one they built this concept on. The concept of being acquitted by destroying black joy. You shall reap what you have sown in this country, as the dead shall rise to walk the earth once again on this, the day of August 22nd. For I am the beginning, and I will become the Omega, for I am Emmett Till. So that's my first poem. That's my first nerd poem. And I guess I will go ahead and do one more. So this next poem is very interesting when I wrote it. And I'm probably going to stumble over because I have not done this poem in years. That's why I'm reading it. But I wrote this poem of a conversation I had with one of the people I mentored who goes by the name of Juke. So we were at the coffee scene one night, and we were just talking about giving each other writing prompts. And she was like, I would like to see you take the concept of writing about a character that identifies with the LGBTQ community. So one fun fact that a lot of people do not know, Mel Blanc, the artist that created Bugs Bunny. So when Bugs Bunny was created, everybody used to always talk about his character, especially when in the early ages he would like kiss on men like Yosemite Sam. He would dress up like a woman, but kiss on men like Yosemite Sam, Elmer Fudd, Trick 'em, everything of that nature. And people will always find an issue with it. It wasn't until they interviewed Mel Blanc when he said, "I've always made Bugs Bunny to be a pansexual, polyamorous character. Like he likes what he likes." So it was very interesting that knowing that about the character, fast forward years later to Space Jam, they give him Lola Bunny as the love interest, which basically they rewrite that whole concept of why Bugs Bunny was created. So basically, I wrote a poem based on that, and typically how like when folks are put in the limelight, they have to, or back then more so than now, because everybody's comfortable with being who they are. They had to like hide who they are when it comes to celebrityism because they didn't want anything to affect what they did. So I am not going to read this in the Bugs Bunny voice because I can't. So this poem is called That's All, Folks. I've always been known as cocky, brash, even nonchalant. But trust me when I say that I am a very aware character, known for putting on a show, captivating audiences with a performance that only cocoons the butterfly wanting to be seen. Concealing infatuation was as easy as slapstick antics, even as cross-dressing, but to this day, things like this have always been seen as taboo. I wish Fudd could have stayed around. Elmer's always been the glue that kept me together, but when society orchestrates your merry melody, it can end up becoming a Looney Tune. You see, the industry has a way of making changes for when they run out of ideas. So by replacing him with Lola, it felt like they were shifting everyone to fall in line. To watch me pull off a daredevil stunt like jumping a shark to remain fresh to the public. Once again, the industry has a way of making changes when they feel like something isn't working. And they wanted to have me do these things all to keep the public interest. But a part of me died that day. And hiding in this rabbit hole won't get me closer to the wonderland I belong in. Concealment has gotten my name on a walk of fame. But I've wondered what would have happened if it would be stripped away, if the bones people picked with me fell off behind my closet door. You see, the thing about closets and caskets is that people find them easy to store skeletons in. Jokingly, a physician stated that one day I'd be able to see the light. If the switch in my walk would stop flickering, and with the voicemail Blank gave me, I asked them the only legitimate question to ask in a perfectly illogical situation. What's up, doc? Because obviously he must have came down with Tourette's if he felt he can just blurt out anything at any given time. And right then, the performer, the actor, the celebrity vacated itself from this body. For the first time since I was stenciled, I drew my own strength. No longer will I keep denying what I am. No longer will I have to question my sexuality to find answers, because if I would have taken that left turn on Albuquerque, I would have found out who I was before I even had to lose myself. I decided from here on out to not take life too seriously, because if I did, I would never be able to get out alive. This may hurt you more than it hurts me, but I finally accepted the chapter that I was created to be who I am. I'm seen as a screwy rabbit, but folks place labels on what they sometimes don't understand. It has me wondering, when did the word like gay become something that spews from mouths like venom? Just let me be happy. Let me live today in a world that embraces a rainbow even when the gloomy clouds is splendor. I will live like I was meant to, knowing that this time the role I play will be the role that I was meant to portray. I will always be Bugs Bunny. And that is all, folks. Thank you. 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 Back to the host.
I hate you. I hate you so much. It's fine. It's okay.
Give it up for our host, y'all. Our host is doing an amazing job. I got some questions for you later, but I am going to get off of here so you can get up the next person.
Okay. All right. Ooh. Okay, sorry. My dog has lost her mind. I apologize. But we are down to the last poet of the evening. Y'all that have been rocking with me all the way through. Like I said, y'all the real MVPs. You love this art. You love this festival. Thank you for rocking. If you are just tuning in, don't worry. You can catch the recording of this on the SERNC YouTube channel. So without further, oh wait, let me drop you. Maybe it's not a fact. I don't know how like up you guys are on the horror knowledge, but I don't know if you know. There's a Scream 5. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in this 5th movie, we now have the entire original cast coming back. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so ready. I'm so ready. I don't think it's coming out until 2022, but it's there. It's ready. It's happening. More Ghostface, more stabs, more happiness. But let's get the last poet up for the evening. The one, the only APE. Hi.
Hey guys, long time no hear
Right.
from.
If it wasn't for Instagram, I wouldn't know
I'm sorry.
you ran all
I'm
those
so.
miles.
Well, I eat just as much, so it doesn't really come off that well.
Oh, whatever. You're like
But
the most swole person I
hey, I'm
know.
just getting. Well, I appreciate it. Good thing. Good thing. I miss you. I miss you. So I was asked to do 2 poems. I'm sorry. I'm just getting off of work, as you always know. I'm just leaving the house of FedEx, so. I didn't have a whole lot of time to get my thoughts together, but we're going to come rock out anyway. Um, so this is a nerd poem. I was asked to do this poem because I have a particular nerd thing I do. I like coffee, all coffee. Cold coffee, iced coffee, hot coffee, warm coffee, 2-day-old coffee. I just drink coffee. So I'm going to do this poem and we'll see where we go from there. I want to wake up to you every morning. You see, I want to hold your full body in the palm of my hands. Your rich, bold effervescence excites me in ways that words can never explain. But you see, you give me life. So lie to me. Tell me that everything will be okay. That today will have more opportunities than yesterday, and that you will always be there for me. So lie. Lie to me like you'll never lie to another human being before. In return, I will align my allegiance to you because you have a hold on me. A tight grasp, baby, keep doing that voodoo that you do, and I will drink every ounce of your dark, beautiful goodness. God damn it, you. I love waking up and having that first morning cup of coffee. I don't know how I ever made it without you. You are a magnificent gift from the heavens, a ram from in the bush, but it did state in the good book that God did stay up for 7 days and for 7 nights, and I know he had to be tired. So he must have made a fresh cup of coffee to be beside him. Your aroma is the resurrection of life. To the walking dead, to the not so morning person, to the mm-mm-mm. Don't you talk to me until I had my first cup of coffee. You see, you say. Rescue me from a life of grumpiness, because without you, I'm evil in the AM. I'm hard to deal with at noonday. And somehow I found my enlightenment in the evening. Sometime I have to have 2 cups of coffee just to get out of my bed and go make a cup of coffee. My friends tell me that maybe I should switch to decaf, but I tell them no. Drinking that shit is just like getting a hooker who just want to cuddle coffee. I just want to thank you for keeping me awake, vibrant, aware of my surroundings. Maybe I should go make a fresh cup of coffee for Black people just to wake up, to step back, to survey the world around them, to survey the world around them. Ah, I just dropped the poem, but it's okay. I have it. I don't haven't performed in a while.
I think we lost her for a quick second.
I think he was looking for the poem on his phone.
And he would.
So the screen had to go black for him to search.
Okay, so till he comes back, then. Hey guys, okay, he's back. I'm leaving.
To not get a clear picture that everyone will be able to digest your blackness, that your magnificent aroma will not attract the same attention to those who have never acknowledged your struggle. Know your history, know your worth, know that you're pride around them. Once again, that our blackness that come at our solidarity. Can't you smell what's brewing? Fight for a cause. If you don't, they'll give you theirs to fight for. They say pray for Paris. We say, what about the shooters in Kenya? They say this is about attack on terrorism. We'll say why? What about Charleston, South Carolina? They say, why are you acting so jittery, so angry, acting like you just finished off a whole cup of coffee? Maybe it is the caffeine, or maybe it's the self-awareness beginning to develop, knowing that we're a beautiful crop of people, or maybe we're just tired of seeing so many faces dying, where nobody seems to care, and an awakening is happening. Top of the morning to you. It's time for a fresh cup of coffee and just wake up. I apologize, y'all. I haven't done that before in a minute. But next poem, um, I know LJ told me a particular this poem. Like all of us, I love Lion King. I love Disney movie in general. Um, I wrote this poem. Uh, it was shortly after the Trayvon killing, and definitely after the Gray passing. And I have a affinity for uplifting of the black male. So I wrote this poem. Um, it's one of my favorite movies in the Disney lineup. So I was scrolling across Facebook one day and I ran across an interesting post. It was a photo of Simba and his father staring off into the sunset together. Simba turned to his father with youthful recklessness, asking his father, Dad, what are real niggas? And his father replied back to him, I don't know, son, because you see, we're real men. Dear black boys, never be ashamed of who you are. You're a magnificent gift from the heavens, a ram in the bush, but it did state in the good book that I just ran 2 poems together. I'm sorry, y'all. I was not prepared to do this. Mentally, I am not here. embalming heart. I apologize, you guys. I apologize. LJ, take it away.
Oh, it's all right. Well, you just got off work. We understand. It's been a long day. We understand. But don't feel too bad because everybody still loved the coffee poem. Everybody knows your work. Everybody loves you. It's all love here, right? Whatever technical difficulties, whatever. We had a long day at work, right? That we enjoyed it. Guys, all in all, I feel like this was an amazing open mic. Everybody, I think, had a really good time. Everybody was dope. We had a song. I feel like this is grade A situations here.
So real quick, I have to do this because it's only right that I do this. As soon as I get off of my phone, because I was like being a director and doing comments and trying to make sure everybody was straight all at the same time. I don't know. I'm not going to do it because I know you do poems, but I'm not going to put you out like that. I know your boo does poems, but I'm not going to have him come to the screen like that. But I will give him a shout out. Shout out to Brandon Ishon Evans, chilling in the background. I hope you're doing good.
The unicorn over there.
Yeah, we're giving him love. Gang, 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 gang. I'm retired. Hold up. I'm gonna put this up here. See, the thing he forgets is that I can put this on the screen. Talking about he loves me and he retired. You ain't retired. If they won't let you retire, you can't retire. But real quick, guys. I know y'all enjoyed the night. Like this festival has been amazing thus far, and we still have a full Saturday to go. So once again, what I'm going to do is before we start getting into like everything that's going on tomorrow, I'm going to let our host talk about all the things that she does and things that you can view currently because she's done stuff for Black Girl Nerds. You can see her either interviewing somebody or stuff she directed. She can tell you about Punch Kick Slam, which is a dope YouTube channel, and she can tell you about all the stuff that she has in the works. So take it away.
Yeah, so that's how I met LJ, right? So me and LJ, that's my brother, and we met through poetry because I started an archive called Punch Kick Slam. So if you want to see the evolution of LJ's performance and like Brandon's performance and everybody from Durham, basically, because I was following y'all around for like 3 years, it's on punchkickslam.com. There's videos of poets from Durham, Charlotte, from Southern Fried in Louisville. There's a lot of stuff there, a lot of poems, really dope artists. So go check that out. If you want to follow me and keep up with what I'm doing, it's at Lauren Lamel on everything, Twitter, Instagram. Friend me on Facebook if you like film stuff, because that's basically all I talk about. Right now, I'm screenwriting, basically. I'm helping a friend get an anthology series off the ground, and I'm writing my own stuff. So there's going to be a film. Yes. Yeah, and I think, and then for Black Girl Nerds, I used to write for them, edit for them, check them out. They have really good content. I wrote a lot about like it because that's when that came out, and like I do a lot of Black film theory. Obviously, that's who I am as a person. So, yes, that's me.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, the
Scary
podcast.
Crit.
So.
Scary Crit. Talk about Scary Crit.
We are on episode 2. We're recording episode 3 this upcoming Monday. Episode 3 comes out this upcoming Wednesday. We are going to talk about my top 5 horror movies of all time. So it's going to be fun because my list is weird. So tune in. The link is in the comments. And then just as much energy as I give right now is just kind of who I am as a person. So be ready for all of these things. Muppet references here and there. It's great. Yo, I'm so excited. I was so excited when Mom was like, yeah, about the Muppets. I was like, yes.
Oh man. Oh God. So Thank you so much. Real quick, guys. I'm gonna try to make this quick. It has been a fantastic festival. I know I said it already, but it's been fantastic. A lot of y'all have been coming for the past 3 days. It has been wonderful. We've had great hosts. Lamel, thank you so much for hosting this nerd open mic. You definitely set the tone. And a fun fact about Southeast Regional that a lot of people don't know. Lamel was one of the first people to actually archive some of the work for it. Before we started getting like footage and everything, she was one of the first people that archived Southeast Regional. A lot of people don't know that. So
but it was purple.
Yes, I know. That's what I'm saying. When it was like purple, when he was at the rock shop, we had big stages and stuff and everything like that. So to have her back on here in a hosting capacity is a blessing. So, you know, who knows? Maybe when the world opens back up, we can actually get her back down here and do a little bit of both, God willing. So, you know, I want to throw that in the air and hopefully we can make that happen. So, tomorrow is a full day. When I mean full day, there is something going on from almost literally 12 and it ends at 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. So it's going to be a long day, but there's a break. There's going to be a break. So from 12 o'clock p.m., we will be doing our When Worlds Collide Youth Adult Slam panel. That panel will be moderated by Mr. Dasan Ahanu, and the panelists will be Joe Mayo, who is the coach for the Fayetteville youth team known as Poetic Pathos. We also have Ebony Payne English, and we also have Matthew Cuban Hernandez that will be part of that panel from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Immediately following after that, we will have our youth open mic, which will be hosted by D Minor, who is one of the youth poets here in the city. Also, one of the firecrackers I mentored in my life of being here. So it's going to be fun having her host all the youth that's coming up here. And that's going to be from 1 to 2:30. There will be a good 3-hour break in between then. And at 6 p.m., we will be having the History of Fayetteville Poetry panel, which will be moderated by Siren, who has her own podcast known as Observe the Word. And the panelist for that will be myself, Yogi with Two Eyes, Reese, who was one of the founders of the Marquis Slam, Stephanie Tough Love Brown, who founded Sway Night, and the godfather of poetry himself, Neil Ray. And we're going to be talking about the history of Fayetteville poetry, how it started, where it's at now, what we're looking to do in the future after the pandemic ends. And immediately after that, our final performance event will be Pillars of Fayetteville Showcase, where there will be 10 people that are considered pillars in the community. Some people still live in Fayetteville, some people outside of Fayetteville because they moved over to new states like Oklahoma and Colorado, but they're still considered people that left the mark here in the city. And that's going to be hosted by Neil Ray, and that will be from 7 o'clock till 8:30. And once that's all done, there will be no more poetry, but at 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock, we have the after party that will be DJ'd by DJ Prodigy and Misfits Radio. So we're going to have a party over it. I'm telling you right now, once that last event is done, I'm literally going to have a red cup and I'm going to be chilling. So I'm telling you right now, red cup, I can have juice in there. We're going to go with that.
You got to get you one of these.
Oh, you know what? I'll see if I had time. I'm going to run and get that Friday the 13th mug I showed you. I'm gonna hold off on that because we're not gonna do that right now. We're not gonna do that right now. We'll be here all day. So one more time, everybody that's in the chat box, please show your love for our wonderful host, Miss Lauren Lamel. Once again, show some fire emojis, tell her thank you. We hope you guys have enjoyed it. Last but not least, if you want to share the experience with everybody, just put up these hashtags. Hashtag SERNC 2020 and SERNC Poetry Festival. Let everybody know what you're doing. And at any given point, if you want to rewatch tonight, yesterday, if you want to rewatch the kickoff event, go to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Southeast Regional North Carolina Poetry Festival. That's all I have. Our wonderful host, do you have any last words you would like to tell our audience?
This was so much fun. Thank you for thinking of me and allowing me to do this because I had a wonderful time.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. We hope to see y'all tomorrow. If you can't make it to all the events, we understand, but we do hope you come to some of the events that we have going on our full Super Saturday. We love y'all. Please take care and always remember purpose over popularity. We love you guys. SERNC for life.